It began with a single name whispered through frozen winds: Stalingrad. To Adolf Hitler, it wasn't just a city. It was pride, power, and revenge wrapped in one name. But for the men who marched toward it, Stalingrad would become something else. A grave, not just for soldiers, but for an empire. Summer 1942. The German army roared east, unstoppable, confident, cruel. Hitler declared, "We will crush the city that bears Stalin's name." At the head of it all was General Friedrich Paulus, commander of the Sixth Army. His soldiers expected a swift victory. Instead, they were marching straight into hell. By September, the Luftwaffe had turned Stalingrad into ashes. Flames devoured entire districts, but still, the Red Army refused to yield. Every ruined building became a fortress. Every street, a battlefield. Soviet soldiers fought not for land, but for survival. "We captured the kitchen," one German officer wrote, but they still held the living room. In the heart of the ruins stood General Vasily Chuikov. His order was brutal and simple: hug the enemy. Get so close that German artillery couldn't fire without hitting their own men. And so, the Soviets fought face-to-face, in basements, staircases, and shadows. Stalingrad became the world's largest graveyard made of concrete and steel. Far away in Berlin, Hitler studied maps like a gambler losing his last bet. He refused retreat, refused reality, demanding victory at all costs. Paulus begged for supplies, for mercy, for reason. The reply was always the same: fight to the last man. Then, in November 1942, came Operation Uranus. Marshals Zhukov and Vasilevsky struck from the north and south with unstoppable force. Within days, 300,000 German soldiers were surrounded, trapped inside the city they tried to conquer. Hitler promised a rescue that would never come. Winter arrived like a curse. Temperatures dropped to -40. Ammunition froze, bread turned to stone. Men boiled leather belts for food. Horses were eaten. The Sixth Army, once invincible, had become a nightmare of hunger and frostbite. "We were ghosts with rifles," one survivor whispered. In January 1943, Hitler promoted Paulus to field marshal. A cruel message: no field marshal has ever been captured alive. But Paulus refused to die for madness. On February 2nd, he surrendered. The final transmission echoed through the static: "This is the Sixth Army. We are finished." News of the surrender hit Germany like thunder. The myth of Nazi invincibility was shattered forever. Over 750,000 Axis soldiers were gone, swallowed by the Volga. Hitler raged, but it was over. The Reich would never recover from this blow. Out of 91,000 German prisoners taken at Stalingrad, only 5,000 ever returned home. The rest vanished into the endless snow. Even those who lived were haunted forever by hunger, by guilt, by ghosts. Paulus lived quietly, broken by memory. His last words whispered the truth: Stalingrad was not our defeat. It was Hitler's. Stalingrad was more than a battle. It was a turning point that split history in two. From its ashes rose the Soviet advance, the fall of the Reich, and the birth of a new world. In the frozen winds of the Volga, one truth remains: empires built on pride always fall. Thanks for watching. If you found this story compelling, please like this video and subscribe for more deep dives into history.